Most men believe women fall in love because of looks, attention, consistency. But that belief is the reason most men fail, because women don't fall in love when things feel safe, predictable, or obvious. They fall in love only after a psychological shift happens inside their mind. And if this shift never occurs, she may like you, talk to you, even stay with you, but she will never feel deeply attached. Here's something most men don't realize. A woman can enjoy your presence. She can laugh with you. She can text you every day, and still feel nothing powerful. Because attraction isn't built through logic. It's built through emotional disruption. Love doesn't start when she feels comfortable. Love starts when something inside her feels unsettled. Most men try to win love by doing more. More messages, more availability, more reassurance. But the female brain doesn't bond through excess effort. It bonds through emotional contrast. That's why predictable men feel boring. That's why men who explain too much lose mystery. That's why emotional over-availability slowly kills attraction. Not because they're bad men, but because they never trigger the shift. So what is the shift? Listen carefully. A woman falls in love the moment she stops feeling emotionally in control. As long as she feels, "I know exactly how he feels about me. I can predict his reactions. I control the pace." Her mind stays calm. And a calm mind doesn't obsess. It doesn't wonder. It doesn't attach. Love cannot grow in a calm mind. But when something changes, when you don't react the way she expects, when your presence feels strong but not desperate, when your silence creates space instead of anxiety, her emotional brain wakes up. She starts thinking without choosing to. She starts noticing absence. She starts feeling something she can't label. That confusion is not discomfort. It's attachment forming. This is where most men misunderstand psychology. They think love comes from security, but love comes from emotional movement. Uncertainty creates focus. Focus creates emotional investment. And emotional investment creates attachment. This doesn't mean playing games. It means emotional self-control. That's why silence hurts more than arguments. That's why calm confidence feels deeper than compliments. That's why emotional restraint feels more powerful than emotional overflow. When everything is explained, nothing is felt. Mystery is not manipulation. Mystery is space for emotion to grow. Here's the brutal truth most men avoid. You don't make a woman fall in love by giving more. You make her fall in love when she gives emotionally. The moment she starts, replaying conversations, wondering what you meant, feeling affected by your absence, that's the shift. That's when attraction becomes attachment. Notice something important. Women don't fall in love during happy moments. They fall in love during emotional imbalance. When logic weakens, when control fades, when emotions take over without permission. That's why love often feels irrational. Because it is. If you try to be perfect, you feel replaceable. If you try to be available, you feel predictable. If you try to be understood, you feel familiar. But when you are emotionally grounded, present without chasing, confident without explaining, you create emotional tension. And tension is where love is born. So remember this. Women don't fall in love with attention. They don't fall in love with effort alone. They don't fall in love with words. They fall in love after a psychological shift, a moment where the mind loses control, and emotion quietly takes over. Love doesn't begin in the heart. It begins in the mind. And once that shift happens, everything else follows. If this resonated with you, you already understand psychology on a deeper level than most people ever will.